हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द नीडल मैजिक. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू मेक दिस मग कोजी. आज हम ये मग कोजी बना रहे हैं. यू कैन यूज़ अप ऑल योर स्क्रैप yarns फॉर दिस प्रोजेक्ट एंड इट मेक्स अप सो फास्ट. इतनी जल्दी बन के रेडी हो जाएगा एंड इट्स सो प्रिटी. आई होप यू लाइक इट. सो लेट्स बिगिन. We'll be needing yarn and I'm using all my scrap yarns for this project. A crochet hook, and I have used a 4mm crochet hook, tapestry needle, scissors and 2 stitch markers. So let's get started. We have to start with the slip knot. सबसे पहले हम एक slip knot बनाएंगे. And now my foundation chain will be according to my mug size. So here is my mug and my foundation chain should be as big so that I can wrap it around my mug from the handle, from this side all around to this side. तो मेरी जो फाउंडेशन चेन है वो मैं इतनी बड़ी बनाऊंगी कि जब मैं अपने मग के अराउंड उसे रैप करूं तो वो इधर से पूरी रैप होके दूसरी तरफ से यहाँ तक आनी चाहिए, हैंडल तक. So you can make your foundation chain according to the mug that you have. So I'm not going to tell you any number because I'm just randomly making chains and then I'll measure according to my mug and start working on it. So मैं chains बना रही हूँ randomly. मैं काउंट नहीं कर रही, मैं randomly chains बना रही हूँ और मैं अपने मग के अराउंड इसे रख के देखूँगी कि ये इसकी मेजरमेंट बराबर आ रही है या नहीं, और नहीं आ रही तो फिर मैं और चेन्स बनाऊँगी और अगर बड़ी होगी तो थोड़ी सी चेन्स में निकाल दूँगी. So here is my foundation chain and when I wrap it around my mug, when I wrap it around my mug, you can see that it's coming from one end of the handle till the other. Once your foundation chain is done, we'll chain extra 3 chains, 1, 2 and 3. And now we need to make 1 double crochet stitch in each of these following chains. तो ये जितनी भी हमारी फाउंडेशन चेन है इसमें हम एक एक चेन में एक एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच बनाते जाएंगे. सो दीज 3 chains count as a stitch. So we will skip these 4 chains from the hook and we'll go into the 5th chain from the hook and start working from there. तो ये 4 chains हम छोड़ देंगे और जो 5th वाली चेन है वहाँ से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. yarn over, go into the 5th chain from the hook and make a double crochet stitch. Make a double crochet stitch into the next chain, double crochet stitch into the next chain, yarn over, go into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we'll make 1 double crochet stitch in each of these following chains until we reach the end. तो हमें हर एक चेन में एक एक डबल क्रोशे स्टिच करते जाना है. You can make your foundation chain according to the size of your mug that you're using. If your mug is bigger, then you can make more chains. If it's small, you can make less chains, but the pattern will be exactly same and it will not matter whether your foundation chain number is different from mine. तो आप कोई भी आपका नंबर होगा, आप उस नंबर की फाउंडेशन चेन से सेम पैटर्न फॉलो करके अपना मग कोजी बना सकते हैं. So here I have completed doing 1 double crochet stitch in each of the following chains. मैंने एक एक double crochet stitch हर एक chain में कर ली है and I have completed my row number 1. Now let's start with row number 2. Chain 2 and turn your work. Chain 2 करके अपना work turn करेंगे and this doesn't count as a stitch. ये stitch की तरह count नहीं होगा. Now 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch. तो जो first stitch है उसमें एक double crochet stitch करेंगे. Yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and this is our first stitch of row number 2. I'm going to add my stitch marker here. Now we'll skip 3 stitches. Three stitches. We'll skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and the space we have in between the 2 double crochet stitches here. If we skip 3 double crochet stitches, we have this tiny little space. We'll work 3 double crochet stitches in this space. तो इस space में हम work करेंगे. अब ये 3 double crochet stitches को skip करके जो double crochet stitches के बीच की space है उसमें work करेंगे. So we need to work in this space. So we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. Then we'll skip 3 double crochet stitches and the space we get here, we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. तो हम 3 stitches को skip कर रहे हैं और जो stitches के बीच की space है उन space में basically हम work कर रहे हैं. So we are basically working in the space between the stitches and not in the stitches. So 3 double crochet stitches here. Then again we'll skip 3 stitches. 1, 2 and 3, and we have this tiny little space. Yarn over, go in, make 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. Then skip 3 stitches, and the space we have here, we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. Then again skip 3 stitches, and the space we have here, we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. Then again we'll skip 3 stitches, and the space we have here, we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. And we have to repeat this pattern until we reach the end. Skip 3 stitches, and the space that you get after 3 stitches, work in those spaces. 3 double crochet stitches here. 1, 2 and 3. Then again skip 3 stitches, and the space that you get, work 3 double crochet stitches there. 1, 2 and 3. Then again skip 3 stitches, and the space that you get after the 3 stitches, work 3 double crochet stitches there. 1, 2 and 3. Then again we'll skip 3 stitches, and the space we have there, we'll work 3 double crochet stitches. 1, 2 and 3. And now I'm left with 2 stitches and the chain 3 that we had done at the beginning. So now I'll skip these 2 stitches. If you are left with 1 stitch, you can skip 1. If you're left with 3, skip 3. And if you're left with 4, then you need to do 3 double crochet stitches after the 3 stitches, and then you need to do the last double crochet stitch. Okay, now I'm left with 2. I'll skip these 2, and on the last stitch, which is the chain 3, I'll do a double crochet stitch. तो ये जो chain 3 है उसकी top वाली chain में एक double crochet stitch करेंगे. So here we will be doing only 1 double crochet stitch. Yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this completes our row number 2, and now I'll chain 1 and fasten off. Since I'm using another color, तो मैं chain 1 करके अब fasten off कर रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं अब दूसरा color use करूँगी. If you are continuing with the same color, you no need to fasten off. Okay, now we can start from here where we added our stitch marker, and we can just fasten off after we reach the end. If you're making like me, I'll be using different color for each row now. So I'll be using orange color now. So I'll make a slip knot, and add the slip knot here where I have attached my stitch marker. तो जहाँ पे मैंने stitch marker लगाया है, यहाँ पे मैं इसे attach कर लूँगी. So I'll go in, take the slip knot and attach my new color. Now chain 2. So I've chained 2, and I'll make a double crochet stitch into the same stitch where I added my new color. तो जहाँ पे मैंने नया color add किया है वहीं पे double crochet stitch करूँगी. So yarn over, go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and I'll be adding my stitch marker to this stitch so that I know that I have to add my new color here. But if you're using same color, then you can chain 2, turn your work and start by doing 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch, and then 3 double crochet stitches in the space that we have in between, and you can continue with row number 3. But if you're using a new color, we can always start from here, from the right side. So now I have done 1 double crochet stitch. Now I'll go into the space that I have here, and I'll work 3 double crochet stitches here. तो ये जो स्पेस है यहाँ पे मैं 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस कर रही हूँ, 2 and 3. Now in the next space that we have here between the 3 clusters we'll work here. तो ये जो 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस के बीच में की जो स्पेस है, अब हमने इन स्पेसेस में काम करना है. तो इन स्पेसेस में हम 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस बना रहे हैं. सो बेसिकली दिस इज द ग्रैनी स्टिच. इफ यू आर अवेयर ऑफ द ग्रैनी स्टिच, if you're well known how to do the granny stitch, this will become really very easy. 3 double crochet stitches in the next space, 1 2 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 3. So basically we are doing the granny stitch now. तो अगर आपको granny stitch अच्छे से आती है तो ये आपके लिए बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा. Sorry. Okay, now 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next, 1 2 and 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next, 1 2 and 3. And now we'll skip this space and we'll work a double crochet stitch into the last stitch that we have. So yarn over, go and make a double crochet stitch. This completes our round number 3. Now I'll chain 1 and fasten off, since I'll be changing the color again. तो मैं chain 1 करके अब fasten off करूँगी. And now to the stitch where I added my stitch marker, I'll be adding another color here. तो यहाँ पे मैं दूसरा कलर ऐड कर रही हूँ. So I'll make a slip knot and add my next color to the stitch where I added my stitch marker. So I'll just go in, chain 2, 1 double crochet stitch into the same stitch where I added my new color. तो जहाँ पे मैंने नया कलर लगाया है वहीं पे एक double crochet stitch करूँगी and I'll add my stitch marker to this stitch. Now we'll go into the first space that we have here between the double crochet stitch and the clusters, and we'll work 3 double crochet stitches here, 1 2 and 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3. 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3. and we have to keep repeating this pattern until we reach the end. तो इसी पैटर्न को रिपीट करते जाना है. हर स्पेस में 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस हमने बनानी है, और फिर लास्ट में अगर आप भी मेरी तरह हर रो में यार्न चेंज कर रहे हो तो चेन 1 करके फास्ट ऑफ कर देंगे वहाँ पे. लेकिन अगर आप सेम कलर यूज़ कर रहे हो तो आप चेन 2 करके अपना वर्क टर्न करके इसी पैटर्न को रिपीट कर सकते हो, कंटिन्यू कर सकते हो. सो वी नीड टू डू जस्ट 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिचेस इन ईच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टिचेस. No, not each of the following stitches, I'm so sorry, in each of these spaces between the stitches. तो जो space है उसके बीच में हम 3 डबल क्रोशे स्टिच करते जाएंगे. 1 2 and 3, 1 2 and 3. So I'll complete this round and then I'll show you what to do next. I've almost reached the end, and now I'll not be doing any double crochet stitches in the space here, in the last space. We'll just go on to the double crochet stitch, last double crochet stitch, and make a double crochet stitch here. तो हमेशा लास्ट वाली स्पेस में हमने वर्क नहीं करनी है, हम सिर्फ पहली वाली स्पेस में वर्क करेंगे और सेकेंड लास्ट स्पेस तक वर्क करेंगे. सो वील ऑलवेज वर्क टिल द सेकेंड लास्ट स्पेस एंड वील स्किप द लास्ट स्पेस. नाउ chain 1 and fasten off if you are going to use another color. Now I'll be taking another color and adding it here where I have my stitch marker, and I'll complete couple of rows and then I'll meet you back here to show you how can we finish this. तो मैं इसी पैटर्न को रिपीट करूँगी. You have to just repeat the same pattern and make it as big as your mug. So now if you see, if I cover my mug, I still need couple of rows so that my mug gets covered completely. So I'll make couple of rows and then I'll show you how to end this. तो मैं इसको थोड़ी सी और रोज़ करके इसी पैटर्न को रिपीट करके फिर आपसे मिलती हूँ और आगे बताती हूँ आगे क्या करना है. So I've completed 2 more rows and now I have a total of 1 2 3 4 5 6. I have 6 rows done. This will be a bit slanty, don't worry, once we complete it will be proper. तो अगर ये थोड़ा सा slanty आपका भी है तो कोई ऐसी बात नहीं है, जब हम इसे complete करेंगे ये बिल्कुल सही हो जाएगा. Now I'll be doing one last row because I have 2 colors at the beginning, the same color, so I need it to be at the top also. तो यहाँ पे मेरे 2 rows मैंने सेम कलर से किए हैं, तो मैं ऊपर की भी 2 rows सेम कलर से कर रही हूँ. So I'll just chain 2 and turn my work. Okay, and 1 double crochet stitch into the first stitch. Now I'll skip the first space and I'll go into the second space and make a double crochet stitch, another double crochet stitch into the same space, and the third double crochet stitch into the same space. So 3 double crochet stitches in this space, 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3, 3 double crochet stitches into the next, 1 2 and 3, 3 into the next space, 1 2 and 3, 3 double crochet stitches into the next space, 1 2 and 3, 3 into the next, 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 1 2 and 3, and 1 double crochet stitch into the last stitch. So I'll just remove the stitch marker and I'll make 1 double crochet stitch here. So this is done. Now I'll be working on the sides. अब मैं sides में work करूँगी. So before that I'll just chain 1 and fasten off. And now this is the front side and this is the back side. You can see the difference. ये difference दिखेगा आपको, ये अंदर वाला side है और ये बाहर वाला side है. So this should be on the front like this. So this is the right side. This is how it will look. So now I'll be taking my beige color yarn and I'll be attaching it to one of the corners because we have to work on this side and this side. So we'll attach the yarn, make a slip knot, add it to the stitch here, chain 1, and we'll do single crochet stitches all around till here. So this side we have to work. So we'll just, and I'm working on the yarn tail so that it gets weaved in. तो मैं yarn tail के ऊपर ही work करूँगी अब. So I'll just go in and make a single crochet stitch. Then go into the next whatever space I'm getting and I'll make single crochet stitch. And I'm working over the yarn tails. तो मैं yarn tail के ऊपर ही work कर रही हूँ ताकि ये weave in हो जाए साथ साथ में. Now in the next, we have to just keep doing single crochet stitches. In the next space now here, so one single crochet stitch in each of these spaces that we are getting in between the stitches, in between these double crochet stitches, and whichever extra piece of yarn is left, we can just cut it off at the end. तो जो भी extra yarn की piece बची होगी उसे हम last में cut कर देंगे. So this is done. Let me cut the extra pieces of yarn from here. It's weaved in and it's secured enough. ये जो extra pieces है इसे मैं cut कर रही हूँ. Now this is the portion where we need to make chains according to our handle. Now if your handle is small, you will need less number of chains. If your handle is bigger than mine, then you might need more number of chains. तो आपकी जितना बड़ा आपका handle है उस हिसाब से हमने यहाँ पे chains बनानी है. So let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. No, it's small, I need more. 11 12 13 14. I think this is fine. Yeah, 14 chains are fine. Now I've made 14 chains and now I'll just slip stitch at the first stitch that I made here. तो जो मैंने पहली stitch बनाई थी उस पे slip stitch करके इसे हम join कर देंगे. So this is the first stitch. We'll just go in and slip stitch and join and chain one and fasten off. And the exact same thing we need to do on the other side. So now remember how many chains you have made on one side, you need to make the exact same on the other end. So now I'll attach my yarn here at the corner, chain one and one single crochet stitch all around here, and then we can make 14 chains and slip stitch to the first single crochet stitch that we have made. So this is the first single crochet stitch. It's better to add the stitch marker to your first stitch so that it's easier for you to find out. And now I'm working over the yarn tails now. Yarn tails के ऊपर ही work कर रही हूँ. So just go in and make single crochet stitches until you reach the other end. So we have to do all from here till here. So one single crochet stitch, just go in and make a single crochet stitch, go in, make a single crochet stitch. तो इस तरीके से हम सिर्फ ये जगह के बीच बीच में जा रहे हैं और single crochet stitches बना रहे हैं. Randomly just go into the stitch and make a single crochet stitch. We are almost there. Okay, so here is the last stitch that I'm going to work on, and now I'll chain 14 since the other side I have 14 chains. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Now I'll remove the stitch marker and I'll slip stitch to that stitch. So I'll just go in the first single crochet stitch that I had made and I'll slip stitch and chain one and fasten off. So we are done. Our mug cozy is ready. We just need to cut the extra yarn tails and fasten off the ones that are left. So I'll just cut the extra yarn tails first, तो जो एक्स्ट्रा yarn tails उसे मैं कट कर रही हूँ. And the ones that are here, I'll just weave in. I'll just go in couple of stitches and just weave in. तो इस तरीके से आप टेपेस्ट्री नीडल की मदद से इसे वीव इन कर सकते हो जो भी yarn tails आपकी बची हैं. And then I'll just cut the extra piece of yarn. And this is the front side of your work, so make sure that whenever you're weaving in your yarn tails, you do that at the back side of your work so that they don't show. तो हमेशा जब भी आप yarn tail weave in करें, इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखना है कि आप अपना जो भी प्रोजेक्ट का रॉन्ग साइड है, जो अंदर की तरफ रहने वाला साइड है, उस साइड पे आपको अपनी yarn tails वीव करनी चाहिए ताकि वो नज़र ना आए. I'm just going in. And then I'll just thread my needle. Whenever my yarn tail is small, I do this. I put my needle in the stitches where I want my yarn tail to weave in, and then I thread my needle and just pull it through. And then we can just cut the extra yarn. So one last yarn tail is left. I'll just weave in. You can just go in some of the stitches and then we can thread the needle and pull it through, and then we can just cut the extra yarn tail. So here it is. Our mug cozy is ready. You can use up all your scrap yarns to make this project, and this is how it will be. So we can just put the opening here on one side, rotate it, and then with the opening on the other side we can just attach it to the handle, and this is how it will be. This is how it's looking. We can just adjust it, and this is how it is. It shouldn't be loose, because if it will be loose then it will fall off. So make sure that it's tight enough, because some of the yarns, they can stretch very well, so it's better to make it tight. So this is how it is. I hope you liked the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Keep crocheting, stay safe, be happy. Bye bye.